Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Today is Thursday, February 6th. We got a great show lined up for you guys today. It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Already the first week of February is almost over, and soon we'll be getting spring weather coming in. But we're going to have a lot of fun. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. First of all, check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. You also call it 847-769-8609. Every show is dedicated to first responders, dedicated to the men and women in the military, dedicated to our veterans who fought for our country. Mostly it's dedicated to people like you who take the time to watch the show Monday through Friday at noon. Now, guys, you can see us live on the Tony Ocean Show Facebook page. We're on the Mo Carraro Facebook page. We're on Ocean's Pit Facebook page. We're on LinkedIn. We're on Twitter. We're on, not Twitter. And we're on YouTube. So enjoy. We're going to have a lot of fun. And today's guest, we got Frankie Boom Boom Hollywood Rodriguez, man. He is the man. He's done it all, playing all over the country and working with so many different artists. Sammy Hagar, Def Leppard, Bon Jovi, the hit after stuff that he does. Boy, it's a show in itself. But he's going to be on the second part of the show. It's Ocean's Pit, Seventh Heaven. Take us in. It's showtime, everybody. Let's go to work. Lunchtime. Thank you, Seventh Heaven, and welcome, guys. Friday afternoon. My God, we got a great show lined up. All right, listen, before we get started, it's time to take care of business, and that's what I'm talking about. When you talk about business, you're talking about Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before their neighborhoods. Hey, it's time to get your seed started. 8-quart Miracle Grow seed starter mix and or indoor plant mixes, 2 for $12. Select a 16-quart bag for 2 for $18. Stock up and save. Buy 3, 1 free on Ace basic pleated air filters. And did you all know, ladies and gentlemen, that LD bulbs are not just harsh, cool white? They also come in bright white, warm white. That's right. Get a 10-pack of Fight LED light bulbs for $9.99. That's less than $1 per bulb. And Wild Birdseed, 22-pound bag for $16. That runs February 13th through 16th. That's Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before their neighborhoods. Our good friends from Ace. Let's start off, folks. Well, I want to thank you all for coming last night to Zaza's in Lake Barrington. We do the first Thursday a month there. Been doing it for like 7 years, and we want to thank everybody. Of course, Captain, thanks for coming out. And, of course, my good buddy Hammer, Ross, and Jeff. Thank you, Jeff from Seventh Heaven, of course. And great seeing Jackie and Kathy and their mom and her brother, of course, Jackie from Ace Hardware, and my good friend Kathy all the way from Santa Barbara, California. It was great seeing you guys, and thank you for last night. Massimo and his crew do an incredible job. Get out to Lake Barrington and check out Zaza's. They also have a sister restaurant called Cucina Rustica in Cary, another great place. Tonight, keep the party going with my good buddy Double T, Tony Toto, will be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse. And tomorrow, we're making our debut at a brand new place. My buddy Jimmy Place, great promoter, great businessman. He's the one that always brings Priscilla Presley in Chicago. And, of course, he bought Michael Manson on this show, man. One of my favorite actors of all time. So, obviously, poor Mike is not with us anymore, but Jimmy was the guy to make it. But he's got a family place called Gusto's in Glenview. We're there Saturday night, 7:30. So come on out and support local establishments. A lot of fun. What else are we going to do here? And let's talk about the Chicago Music Cruise number 4. Now, Seventh Heaven's been doing this Chicago Music Cruise for almost 20 years. They've been doing it for a long time. This will be my 4th cruise with Seventh Heaven, and we love it. And we mostly dedicate, thank you, the fans they can go on vacation and pick anywhere they want to go. And we've been very fortunate that they pick and join us again. We just got back from the MSC World America. We're going to do it again, folks. January 10th, that's 2027. But this time, we're going back to the Royal Caribbean. That's right, folks. We're going to start off in Orlando, Coco Cay, Bahamas, St. Martin, St. Thomas. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, you got to go to NTD Vacations and put in Tony Ocean, or ChicagoMusicCruise.com and put in Tony Ocean. But the best way to get it done quick and done right, Mary, NTD Vacation, 630-688-1725. Say you want to go on the ocean with Ocean and Seventh Heaven, January 10th, 2027. Very cool. I mean, a lot of fun. Kathy, great seeing you last night. Jill is watching, buddy. Ryan, Lilia, everybody. Hello. We got Santa Barbara watching. We got our friends from Ohio, Iowa watching today. And my good friend Jimmy from New Jersey is watching. How you guys doing? Frankie Hollywood Rodriguez coming on at about 12:30, right after the Ace Hardware Minute for the weather. And boy, what a great story he's got. A lot of stuff that he's been going through with his business and all the stuff that he's done. All right, so happy 60th wedding anniversary to Rosario and Sandra. They are part of the owners of Forget About It Vineyard and Winery in Galena, Illinois. What a great place. We play there once a year for the best homemade wine. They make their own wine. It's just beautiful up in Galena, and they do a great job there. 60 years marriage. Congratulations, you guys. Very, very cool. I got to love it. Yesterday, we were talking about more places going under and more stuff recalled. Pizza Hut, they're closing 250 locations. I mean, it's one thing after another. It just, I don't know what's going on with all these places, but it's really mind-boggling to me. Minute Maid, remember Minute Maid frozen canned juice? Used to buy them in the freezer section. They've been in business 80 years. They're done. They're closing too. They're done. They're finished. All the places that I grew up, the places and things I remember as kids, they're all going away. Whatever is happening to them, it's a whole different world, man. It's just crazy out there. It really is. Super Bowl, Sunday, February 8th. It's going to be live in California. Obviously, the Seattle Seahawks against the New England Patriots. I'm going for Seattle. 85% of America thinks Seattle will win the Super Bowl. And I think I mentioned yesterday, of all the people betting on, if I got it right here, yes, the amount of money that's going to be bet on the Super Bowl, folks, $1.76 billion. That's how much money they think is going to be bet on the Super Bowl. 85% of people think Seattle is going to take the Super Bowl. I'm hoping they do. And then we're talking about, of course, Bad Bunny, the halftime show, which I never watched the halftime show. I haven't watched it in a long time. Don't care to watch it. I will be switching over to YouTube and watching the Turning Point USA with Kid Rock. And I never heard of these other people. So I couldn't tell you who this Brittany Gilbert is, or this Lee Brice is, or this Gabby Barrett. I don't know who they are. Obviously, they're country stars, but I like Kid Rock. Not so much his music. I just think his attitude and the way he comes out, like the no shit, I don't give a shit attitude, and he speaks his mind. You got to love him. So that's what I'll be watching during the halftime. Like I said, and we talk about this all the time. And Ryan, the Knicks are on fire, buddy. My New York Knickerbockers are on fire. Let's hope let's keep going. Right, Ryan? That's it. Jeanette, happy doing. All right. So anyway, like I said, not a fan of Bad Bunny. But like I said, we got to give him credit because, he's playing the Super Bowl, right? He's playing the Super Bowl and he's got fans. I don't care for his music. I don't care for his political views. And that's just me. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Simple. Talking about football, folks. Once the Chicago Bears, after they won the Super Bowl, they got rid of the cheerleaders. And remember, we had Patrice on our show and a bunch of the other former Chicago Honey Bears, and wondering why they got rid of them. Of course, Virginia McCaskey was never a fan of the Honey Bears. And now it seems, according to what I'm hearing now on BearHandlerNation.com, this came up over social media just yesterday. The Bears, the Chicago Bears, are thinking of bringing back the Honey Bears after 40-year absence. Bringing back the Honey Bears to Chicago. Why not? Cowboys got them. Other people have them. Why not bring the Honey Bears back to the Bears? To me, it don't make a difference. I'm not a Bears fan. So for me, it doesn't make a difference. Tony Orlando Anoni. Oh, another DJ in town is watching. How you doing, Tony? What's going, Boyd? Respect other opinions. Sometimes our society's lost. Yeah, Boyd. That's what I said. I respect what Bad Bunny does. I mean, obviously, I'm not a Britney. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan, but my God, look what she does. So you got to give him that respect. I'm just not going to watch it. That's just me. So leave it at that. But thank you, Mary. How are you doing today? Yeah. So let's see if the Honey Bears bring back. I mean, the Chicago Bears bring the Honey Bears back. And the question is, Arlington Heights. I don't think so. I think they're going to move to Indiana. Pritzker ain't going to do nothing financially, and we shouldn't have to pay taxes for that. Rick Lindy in the house. My good friend Rick, what a great entertainer, just celebrating 40 years in the business. He had a big sold-out show at the Moonlight Theater in St. Charles, and a great model maker, Rick. He makes some good ones. My good friend Rick Lindy is watching as well. Don't be Bad Bunny. Yeah, don't be. All right, so anyway, yeah, so what I'm trying to say is everybody has their own opinion, and that's what it's about. Thank God we can still have our own opinion. I mean, I look back in 2020, man, we couldn't say, right now we can't even say shit no more. We can't say nothing anymore without getting slapped, without getting fined, or without something happening. But like I was telling, when me and Frankie were talking earlier in the show, if you don't like something, change the channel. You don't like Bad Bunny halftime? Change the channel. You don't like this show? Change the channel. You don't like Colbert? I can't stand him. And Kimball? I don't watch. That's it. You have a choice to do that. It's that simple. We do it every day. In our car with Spotify, and our television, we do it with the channel, with the remote. We change all the time. We can do it. It's great. We don't have to watch it. It's that simple. Stop with all the bullshit. All right, so Valentine's Day is around the corner. You guys getting engaged. Now listen to this. This is brilliant. And I think I might have heard this before. You're trying to buy an engagement ring, right? Now they're saying it's supposed to be 3 paychecks, right? Whatever it is, the amount you're supposed to pay for an engagement for your Dave and Buster or video arcades, and you play games and stuff. But they got that machine where that hand comes down. I don't even know what you call it. It comes down and picks up the candy or the toys, and you have the little wheel thing to try to get it. They're saying they're putting four $15,000 engagement rings in these machines at Dave and Buster on Valentine's Day weekend. On Valentine's Day. So go to your nearest, if you're looking to get engaged. The Grabber, is that it? Thank you, Carol Brandolini. Of course, Carol with us Tuesdays and Thursdays. Carol, thank you so much. So it's called the Grabber. Whatever that thing is, they're putting rings in. So if you're looking to get engaged and you're pretty good at doing that, give it a shot. The claw, there you go, comes down. $15,000. There were $15,000 engagement rings. If you want to do it, give it a shot. Why not? It probably cost you more in buying tickets to try to get that ring than actually go out and buy the ring. Because you can't get stolen rings anymore like we do back in the day. Back in the day, we can do that. You can't do that now. You can't give a stolen ring to your fiance or your partner or whatever you're going to call it. Anyway, interesting stuff. All right. Okay, here's another thing. You're in a casino, Las Vegas, any casino. You're walking from machines or whatever it is, or you're on a cruise ship, and you find a voucher on the floor. This particular man found a voucher for $13,735 on the casino floor. And he's seen a guy, the person who dropped it. He's seen the person who dropped this voucher. $13,735. The question you got to ask yourself, do you take the voucher? Excuse me, sir, you dropped this. Or do you wait till the guy leaves and turn in the voucher yourself? That's one of the questions. You got to live with yourself. I would give the voucher to the guy. But so that this man found the voucher. Paulina, how are you doing, my dear friend? You would give it to him. Okay, so would I. This man said to himself, I can't live with myself taking this. I'm going to give this voucher to this man. So he goes up to the man. Right, it would be bad karma. He goes up to the guy, gives him the voucher. The guy thanks him and gives him $50. He gives him $50. This is $13,735 voucher. He gives the guy $50. 50? You could at least gave him 500. 500. You still have it. That's 13 grand. 50, thank you for being honest. This day and age, the guy that turned in that voucher should get an award. Should get a stamp. $50 he gave him. Thank you. Go ahead, go get a free buffet. You can, well, now you can, thank God, because President Trump, we can fill up our tank for less than 50. But if you did this back in 2020, you'd never be able to fill your tank for $50. Ryan said he would give to him. I definitely would give him myself. I couldn't turn that in, and the karma would come back to me. Dennis from Lake Geneva, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're well. So, crazy. Coke or Pepsi, 7-Up or Canada Dry, Ginger Ale, Jude's, Low, change the channel of your choice, AM, show, just a football game. Well, Tony, good point. Right. We've been going through that forever. Good one. Good point. Parlay the 50. Boyd, good idea. Take the 50 and go parlay. Or better yet, Erica, good point. Don't expect anything. You're right. Don't expect anything. Good point. Good point. You're right. He doesn't have to give you shit. Paulina said, give him $2,000. I don't know. Interesting. Pepsi. If I had to drink, I don't drink soda. Like I told you, last time I drank pop was a long time ago, till yesterday or day before. I had a can of pop. Biggest mistake I ever did. Ronnie B, what's going on? Spring fishing, yeah, coming soon, buddy. Can't wait. Yeah, so you got, somebody said take the 50 and go bet it. $2,000, whatever it was. It's the right thing to do. You're watching Ocean Spit, little show about big things. Frankie Hollywood Rodriguez coming up at 12:35. You know what? It's that time of season now, folks. And, we tell all the different sponsors we have on the show. This one is one of my favorites, folks, and I love them all. And I appreciate all your small businesses to help out Ocean Spit here. But, folks, your landscaping needs at the best. And now it's time to sign up with Jack Vayner Landscaping. They offer monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, spring, fall cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing, weed control. They offer plant design service and installation. They've been servicing the North Shore for over 50 years. Go to Jack Vayner Landscaping, 847-432-5266, and tell them Tony O sent you. That's right. And get your job, get it done. Take care of that backyard and all that good stuff. And let's not forget my good buddy Danny Mazzi at Armando Supermarkets, 925 or Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois. Not just produce. We got meats and groceries, of course. Meats, prepared food, rotisserie chicken, all bunch of stuff they can do for you at Armando Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street, Elgin, Illinois. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Yeah. See, I mean, that's a great slogan for any great mom and pop establishment. All right, so like I said, Frankie Hollywood Rodriguez coming on right after the weather at 12:35. We got a couple more minutes left. Here's what we got some shows coming up, folks. February 12th, next Thursday, we'll be at Chez Paul Hotel in Arlington Heights, rooftop. Great place. Check it out. 13th will be in Kenosha, doing a great show for our firefighters. Like I said, I always support those guys. You got the firemen, the police, the firemen, doctors, all that, first responders. We got to do that. So on the 14th of February, we'll be at the Impact Fuel Room with Oceans Rat Pack and the Main Event Band. That show is sold out in Libertyville on the 14th. 21st, going back, my good buddy Greg at Taverna on Division. And 28th, we'll be making our debut at Rookies in Hoffman Estates. We got 3 new clubs coming up in March. Of course, March 7th, Johnny Cabs in Burridge with the Main Event Band and Lisa P. on the 7th. On the 9th of March, will be at Chef Shangri-La in North Riverside. And the 21st will be at 28 Mile Distillery in Highwood, Illinois, with the Main Event Band. We're going to the Hard Rock Casino April 1st in Rockford with my band, the Dream Police, tribute to Cheap Trick, folks. And you know it's National Cheap Trick Day on April 1st. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And last but not least, the big one, our 6th year anniversary show. We did the big one for 5 years last year at the Village Tavern in Schaumburg. We're going to do it again. Erica, how you doing? Karen, how you doing? Everybody, how you doing? All right, mark this date down, folks. March 4th. March 4th. It's going to be again at Village Tavern in Schaumburg. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock we go live. So 6 o'clock, everybody's going to get there, get their seats. It fills up fast. And, of course, the owners, great guys, great people, great food. They're famous for their famous chicken fingers. They're putting those out for free, plus the French fries and all the other good stuff free. We'll give away some prizes, some free drinks. We're going to have a good time. Of course, we're going to have everybody from Ace. We're going to have my wife, Laura Ocean, there. We're going to have Carol Brandolino there as co-host, surprise guest. We had a lot of great surprises last year for our 5th year anniversary. But this one is going to be our 6th year, March 4th. Write it down. Village Tavern. Going to be a lot of fun. All right. Before we bring up Frankie, folks, and the weather, movie theaters. Have you ever went to a movie theater? You're excited to see the movie. Okay? Movie's coming out. You get the ticket. You go. You get your popcorn, sit back, and the movie comes on. And about a half hour into the movie, you're going, boy, this movie really sucks. So the question is, have you ever walked out of a movie theater from watching a movie? I've come to see you, but I hate driving longer distances at night. I know, Dennis, that's all right. We got plenty of shows in Lake Geneva this summer. The first one will be May 9th at the Cove. First time we're playing there with Ocean's Rat Pack. So that'll be fun. Anyway, how about a free joint? There you go. Good one there. I don't smoke that stuff, but I heard it's good. Anyway, so here's the question. Have you ever walked out on a movie? And I did once. One time. So I'm asking everybody. Dennis, Erica, Ryan, Hammer, everybody's watching, folks. Have you ever walked out on a movie? Ryan says, yes, I've walked out. Can you name the movie? Name the movie, and I will tell you the movie that I walked out on. I just fell asleep when the movie sucked. Hanging and Banging, I fell asleep to a couple too. Not because I hated the movie. I was just too tired. But Paulina says I've done it. What was the name of the movie that you walked out on? I'm going to tell you which one I walked out on. Am I pronouncing it right? Keanu Reeves? Am I pronouncing his name right? Yeah. The Matrix. I walked out of The Matrix. And the other time, I think I walked out of Cirque du Soleil in Las Vegas. Don't The whole jumping around, all that shit, I didn't care for it. But the movie was The Matrix. Buddy said he never walked out. Ryan said scary movie. All right. I'll be seeing you in March 28th at Taverna. Violet, we will. Oh, yes. Okay, well, good. Good. Thank you for that. Never walked out. Robin said she never walked out on a movie. Okay. I walked out on The Matrix. Couldn't care. Didn't care for it. I did, okay, Ryan said The Matrix too. Yeah. That's it. And I've seen a lot of movies. I own a lot of movies, and I've seen a lot of movies. I love a lot of TV. I love watching movies, all kinds of movies. I don't like scary movies. I like the old scary stuff. I like the sci-fi, the Frankensteins and Dracula and all that stuff. Don't care for this Exorcist stuff. I think I seen that one. Scared the shit out of me. The Omen scared the shit out of me. So I have not seen any of those kind of movies. You walked out of Glenn Ross? Are you insane? Really? Oh, one of my favorite movies. And you know what, Lily, I'm telling you, and a lot of people say, when they say I walked out of The Matrix, people might say the same thing. Even though sometimes the movie might not be the best, I like the actors. The actors, what keeps it going. When I seen Alan Arkin and Pacino, it kept me going. And Harris, of course. Kevin Spacey's in that movie. Alec Baldwin, of course. But yeah, that's sometimes what keeps me going too, are the actors I like, basically the whole movie. The history of the Democratic Party, that movie sucked. Oh, Hanging and Banging, I'm right there with you, pal. Yeah. But yeah, so The Matrix is the one that I walked out of. And there's not that many good movies anymore, folks. Because of the movies that I like, Jeanette, I walked out of the movie show, not because of the movie, but the man seat away from me was playing with himself. Well, now, I don't know. I'm going to ask you what kind of movie you were at. It wasn't on Mannheim Road, was it? No, you're talking about a regular movie theater. Okay, a regular movie theater. So there was a guy sitting next to you, and he was enjoying himself. Okay, well, see, I would have walked out too on that. I would have walked out too. Yeah, there's certain places for that. Remember Pee Wee Herman? Didn't he get in trouble for doing that too? Yeah. Yeah, nothing surprises me anymore. Hi from my sister Carmela. Will you tell your sister hello? And thank you guys for watching Ocean's Pit. A couple more minutes. Frankie Boom Boom Hollywood Rodriguez will be our guest. The movie I should have walked out was Legends, about zombies. I'm not much of the zombies movie either. I like Godzilla, King Kong, sci-fi, Creature of the Black Lagoon, great movies. Just not into that scary shit. There you go, Tony Ocean, the mayor of Stay Out. Come on, Boyd, you were there. You went to Show of Shows. You went to Stay Out. You went to the Pig Pen or whatever that place was. You were there. Dick Sayed, the alderman of Displays. Dick, how you doing, my dear friend? I would have handed him the popcorn. Jimmy Hammer in the house. Jimmy, thanks. Great seeing you last night. And don't go out to that A1 Steakhouse. Jimmy won the gift certificate of A1 Steakhouse in Edison Park. Make sure you go out and enjoy it there at Edison Park. Those movies, you bring an umbrella. Everyone go see the movie, Milena. It was very good. I heard it was very good. And, of course, the press thought it was going to be the press said it was going to bomb. 80 million it made the first week. Of course, the first lady, President Trump. So I'm going to watch that movie, too. I'm going to see it, too. Paulina, I will see you tomorrow. That's right, at Gusto's in Glenview, making our debut over there. Jimmy Place says it's going to be packed. So I'm excited about that. All right, so we got that. I want to thank my buddy Jimmy, another guy yesterday, very nice man, gave me this cool hat. So thank you. It says, that's what I do. I smoke cigars and I know things. So I will definitely wear this when I'm fishing. Thank you, my friend. I got to thank you guys. Some of you people are the gifts and stuff I've got through the years. I'm just very humbled. You guys are just incredible people, and I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I got a birthday gift I haven't used yet because I was going to wait till the warmer weather. My buddy Jerry Jams, I think Jerry's in Florida for the whole month, so I think he's coming back at the end of the month. But he gave me this portable CD player to play in your car, right? I love the old CDs. So you plug it into your phone and it's in your car. So I can't wait to use it. Thank you, Jams. And I don't know if you're listening, but I know Jerry's in Florida. My buddy Carlos in Arizona right now. You know what? I see people's pictures in Arizona and Florida. They got leather jackets on. There's pictures of guys like that, and they got jackets on. It's supposed to be 100 out there in Florida. That's why you went there. People go to Florida because it's warm, but it hasn't been that warm the last couple of years. Yeah. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. You know what? It's time to do the weather, folks, and it's time for the JRC Ace Hardware weather. It's the minute for our friends from JRC Ace Hardware. Now, let me tell you about today's weather for Friday, February 6th. It's 36 degrees right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's 73% humidity. We're looking at 15-mile-an-hour winds. It's windy. It's cool out there, folks. And they're predicting about 40% chance of snow between 4 and 8 o'clock tonight. I don't know how many inches, but it looks like it's going to start coming down at 4 o'clock. Just be careful if you're going out supporting local establishments, support live entertainment. Be careful out there. And that is the weather brought to you by the JRC Ace Hardware stores. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. And we're going into next week. I said they're going into like 44, 48. So it looks like it's going to get a little warmer. So we're excited about that. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. It's time. It's time to bring up my friend, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about, when you're talking about DJs, you're talking about a guy who's been in the business so long and he's done so much. His mixes, video stuff he does with songs and winning awards. And of course, they even named a street out after him. And of course, he's worked with the great Sammy Hagar, Def Leppard, Bon Jovi, so or Foo Fighters, etc. He's got another big thing coming up, but he can't talk about it. But I'm sure he'll let us know when it comes down. In the house, folks, my good buddy Frankie Hollywood Rodriguez in the house. Frankie, how you doing, pal?
It's an honor to be with you, Mo. Real quick, I got to apologize to that Jeanette at the movie theater. That was my service possum on my lap. It wasn't what she thought it was. I told her, look, it's an animal. It was,
Yeah,
it wasn't me.
I can see.
It was my service.
I didn't know you had this kind of. I didn't know you had this kind of sense of humor. So if I knew that, next time we're going to do this again, you're going to just be the co-host for the hour. Because,
absolutely.
You got
and
some great
what?
stories.
You're talking about movies, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about walking out of movies. I just recently did that for the first time, and the guy at the theater told me, okay, so when you buy something from the mail and you get it and you don't like it, you can return it, right? Because they got that weird law, like you don't really know what it is until you get it,
Right.
Same thing with a movie. So when you go to the movie in I think it's the first 30 minutes, if you're not happy, they'll give you another ticket to go see another movie.
Oh, I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. So recently I went to the movies. I saw a movie. I was not happy at all with what was going on with their message. So I walked out and I told the guy, I go, I just want to be entertained. And he goes, oh no, we'll give you another, here's a voucher to come and see a movie. You got 30 minutes. If you don't like it, you can walk out. And they'll give you another. So all theaters have that policy, believe it or not.
Well, that's good to know. That's what. So, do you mind me asking what movie you walked out of?
Oh, it was The Return of Nurse Nancy. I wasn't. No. It was Sean Penn. The One Battle After Another. It's nominated for every award.
Yeah, wasn't that good?
It's with Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro, a whole bunch of. Oh, it was terrible. To me, I didn't like it. I don't want to be political in the movie. I want to be entertained.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
It's like the new Frankenstein is nominated for every award. And it's not even in the theater yet.
No,
How
wait
is
a
it
minute. Wait, there's the one on Netflix. You're talking about that one or another brand new one?
Oh, another one that's hitting the theater. It's
Okay,
Frankenstein.
that I got to do. That I got to watch, man.
Remember when
Hey,
De
brother.
Niro was Frankenstein too?
Oh, that was horrible. Horrible.
Listen, I want Frankenstein to just go, I don't need
Yeah.
to stand there and be a philosopher. It's the Bride of Frankenstein. That's it. It's the Bride of Frankenstein. So it's her story running around, and they got him like Bonnie and Clyde.
Okay, yeah, you know what? Stop fucking around with these movies, too. Leave the classics alone. How about when they redid The Honeymooners? I mean, what were they thinking?
Oh.
You can't touch these things. Another Hollywood legend in the house, Bobby Tarantino in the house from the Gold Coast. Rush Street, Bobby.
Bobby was my manager for a
Bobby's
long
the
time.
best.
I love Bobby. Bobby's a great. Now that guy you should have on. That guy worked with everybody.
Well, we're
he
going to
ran
talk. We got
A&M
a couple other things we're working on, but yes,
Yeah.
Bobby is definitely.
Yeah,
But
and
today
then you
you're on the show, Frankie. So let's get to you first of all.
Yeah.
Where were you born, Frankie?
Well, technically, I was born in New York City, so I grew up in Manhattan. I grew up on Mulberry Street,
Okay.
which is their version of Little Italy. You know.
Yes.
My grandparents owned a restaurant over there, and
Okay.
my mom came from Italy. My dad came from Cuba. So my dad was in the Air Force, so he was gone all the time, and my mom raised us down there. And then we moved to just a hellhole in Harlem, East Harlem, on 99th Street in Lexington in Manhattan. So I went all through school in New York, and then I came to Chicago. My parents moved to Chicago. My dad wanted to give us a better life, but I was away at Oklahoma. I was on a baseball scholarship, and then I came back home, and I came to visit, met a girl at the gas station, you know, fell in love with her, didn't quit school, and then started DJing. I figured, hey, what the hell? You know, might as well give it a
Let's
shot.
try that.
You know, let's try that. You know?
Well, yeah, you can't beat that. Listen, I used to have a place up in Little Italy by Hester and Mott, right there.
Yeah.
Right by Puglia's. By Puglia's, great place. Love New York City. That was one of the questions I was going to ask you. You spent time, you went to school there, you ate the food there, everything like that. What is the difference to you now between New York and Chicago? Now, mind you, it was much different back then in New York when you were there, and in Chicago it was too. So what's the big difference?
It was very traditional growing up as a kid in the late 70s, early 80s in New York, okay? The food was very traditional. Today, it's flipped. It's become so commercialized. It's just Olive Garden with a different name in my eyes. There's no better food, I hate to say it, than Chicago. I mean, the restaurants that are in Chicago are just, I think they're just premier. Even the worst ones are better than any ones in New York.
I do like the pizza better. I like the pie better in New York than I do here in Chicago.
Pizza. I love New York pizza. I have my favorite. John's on Bleecker Street is my favorite. That's one of the originals, you know, with the coal-fired oven.
Yeah,
but then there's a place in Rosemont called Style that just opened with a coal-fire oven. So I got to check that place out. But you know, it's the water. It's the water, Mo.
It's definitely the water. It's the water. Exactly. Even if you go to Wisconsin and they try to make the pizza, Chicago pizza, it's not. Speaking one of the great pizza owners in the house, Lenny Rago, man, Panino's. You were talking about pizza. Lenny's him and his family, of course, been in the business for years. How you doing, Lenny? It's definitely the water.
Yeah, and then, you know, growing up there and then coming here to Chicago, I believe it or not, this is a crazy story. I got on the radio 2 days after being in this town. It's the sickest thing. I went to a radio station. I had some friends that were DJs here in Chicago that were from New York that moved to Chicago. They brought me to WGCI at that time, 1979, 80. And I met the program director, and he said to me, hey, if you could remix these songs and make them more radio friendly, we'll put them on the air. I went home that day, came back later that night and had them all ready for him. And he freaked out. So he's like, oh, why don't you do the mix show on the weekends? So I was on the air the second day I came to Chicago. And,
well, that's what I was going to ask you too. You come from there, you come to Chicago. Why DJ? Why didn't you pick up a drum kit? Why DJ?
That's a great question. It was easier because I could do it instantly. Because all that music programming and knowledge I had in my head, I just turned it around to the turntables. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Whether
Frankie, didn't you have to lug all those albums to every one of your gigs? Didn't you have all the albums you had to lug? Remember that shit?
It
Oh
sucked.
my God.
Those fucking crates, you look like Hulk Hogan by the end of the night. I used to tell people, and we didn't get paid, Mo. We didn't get paid any money. You were lucky to make $30, $40 a night was top dollar. That was top dollar. And by the way, it was on check. So by the time you got your check, it was $20. And then you had to go around town, buy more records for $2.99, $3.99 for the 12-inch single. I mean, you were broke. I was making $40 a week. My dad was like, "What are you doing?" I
was crazy.
Baseball. What are you doing?
Well, and then you guys got into the weddings, though. And the weddings, of course, that was good money, too. Once you got some of those weddings, it was very good, too. Yeah.
I remember doing a wedding once, and the lady asked me, I was so nervous. It was the first time I was asked to do a wedding, and she said, "What are you going to charge me?" And I said, $10 an hour. And she hired me for 3 hours. It was $30. And I brought everything out. Bass cap. Remember the amp racks? You would have to bring amp racks, bass cabinets. I had to pay my friends. Thank God I had so many friends that were in the rock and roll business and singers. Because I'm going to tell you something, Tony. When I first came here, I know we didn't know each other, but you would be playing in bands, and I would open up before you played. So when you had the Dream Police band, like when you were doing photos, or you were doing the place on River Road, Thirsty Whale.
Thirsty Whale, sure, yeah.
Like that, I was across the street at Impressions DJing, and then I would come over there. Remember that place?
Oh, yeah.
You needed 5 IDs to get in.
Get in, boy. Whew.
Right. Walter Payton couldn't get in one night. I couldn't believe it.
Right. They didn't know what he was. They thought he was parked in cars.
Right.
Yeah.
So I remember going there. Then afterwards, everybody go by Cock Robin or Gina Jude's. So I was always friends with these bands. And it turned out that one of the guys, Jim Price, had DB Sound with Bruce. And then
Bruce Gordon, Bill Head. Yeah. Oh, great people.
Yeah, and then they made all my flight cases. So I was always friends with those rock bands. And then when I got a job at McGreevy's, the rock bands would play in the front and the disco was in the back. So they would always tell me, "Why don't you DJ for us before you go back there?" And just to keep the crowd going and keep them happy. So all this stuff, it's like, where your direction is now. I admire you so much. You have no idea.
Thank you.
To be able to adapt and overcome and improvise in this business, you have to constantly change. You have to constantly search and find something that works. And once you hit it, the hard thing is the consistency of staying there. Okay. Yeah. So all the work that you did, all the bands that you were in, to do what you're doing now consistently 5, 6 days a week, 7 days a week, sometimes you're working, it's not easy. It's difficult to readjust your mind every day because you want to make these changes, but you got to stay in that sweet spot. It's like being a great ball player. If you hit the right field, you got to keep hitting the right field. Your job is to move the runner over.
Well, thank you for your kind words, Frankie. And I'm going to tell you, it's the people. Look, I've done gigs and still do. I fuck up sometimes, maybe too much on the drink, my mouth, it happens. But I've been doing it so long now, it gets to the point where it's the people in your audience. It's the people in your audience, Frankie. It's the people that come out night after night after night and buying liquor and buying food and buying that. And I've been blessed with some good people around me. And anyway, but thank you. Frankie Hollywood Rodriguez is in the house. Frankie, DJing, mixing, the Hot Mix 5, when that came out, that was huge, buddy. The WBMX, that was huge. But I know how bands compete with each other, even though there's so many bands and singers and entertainers in Chicago. Everybody has their own niche, so it's hard to compare one singer to another singer because they're all different. Now, if you're 4 Bon Jovi tribute bands, you can say, okay, this one is better than this one because this one looked like it or this one had the amp. But how do you compare? What's the jealousy? I mean, not jealousy, but how do you say this DJ is better than that DJ? Is it the people on the floor dancing?
You know what the best DJs are?
Yeah.
The ones that are working.
Yes.
That's all I got to say. If you're fucking around in your mother's basement at 40 years old, or it's like the old saying, what do you call a DJ? What do you call a DJ that doesn't have a girlfriend or a wife?
What?
Homeless.
Oh,
because those DJs don't work, but they're bitching. Okay, they're in their basement. The guy that's up there working, the singer that's up there singing, how does he suck when he's working and you're not?
Yeah.
So the best
it's the same thing. It's the same thing we got with when you go to the live bands and the tracks and all these bands that sit there and bitch karaoke tracks, blah blah. We're sitting at fucking home while we're working. And the bands out there that are busting their butt working, that's what it's about. You're absolutely right. But it's kind of cool how you go from the DJ music in Detroit, the DJ music in LA, the Detroit in Chicago, in New York and Vegas. How did that all change, Frankie? How did it become, instead of background? Wait, real fast. Let me finish. How did it become? It was all background music, and now like you guys have your own platform. It's like, let's go see Frankie mix. You know what I mean?
Well, again, you have to keep changing. So I could stay in 1980 and live in the past. But like you mentioned, there's a little something for everybody. And when you're performing or when you're DJing and people come in and they say, can you play Barry White? Can you play Earth, Wind & Fire? Can you play Angel Eyes? Can you play Hypnotic Tango? Or whatever songs they're asking for. And you sit there and go, man, I've been playing that song for 30 fucking years. Is that all you want to hear? But you got to understand, these people only come out once in a while. They get to relive with you for just that short time they're there, 45 minutes, an hour, hour and a half. They got to go back home to their kids, their life, and it's their escape. So they want to relive those moments. They want to feel so happy. You must adapt and give them what they want. You started it. You did it. So just give it back to them. Let them come celebrate with you. And that's the key. And I only play good music. It's the same like you.
But, there's a lot of new shit coming out. So you always have to be on top, especially you do. For my act, I don't have to come up with that much new stuff. I mean, I come up with some old songs, but you have to keep going with the younger kids going out there and stuff that they're doing and stuff like that. So you got to keep moving. Frankie, you play shit even though you don't like it, correct? Some stuff you don't like?
Absolutely. I hate to say it, about 50% of the music I play I don't like. But I like the fact that there's people there listening to it, and they like me when I'm giving it to them. So I learned to like it. Okay. I learned to say, well, I don't like the song, but look at these people. Look what they're doing. They're all singing the words to the song.
Yeah.
And they paid to come and see me.
Yeah.
What are you fighting? Give them what they want. You can't have an ego in this business. You can't DJ with an ego. Okay, you got to break down a little bit. Yeah, you can twist it a little here and there and throw in a little this and that. But when you see that reaction of those girls singing or those guys that come out and they're into what you're doing, that's such a high. And so it goes in one out here, out another, and and that's the thing. Working with so many different bands, I go from country bands to rock bands to very rare R&B and funk. There's not too many of them outside of Earth, Wind & Fire and Kool and the Gang that still tours. But you must adapt to city to city to city. And people, that's the first thing they ask me. They go, what do you play when you work with Bon Jovi? What do you play when you work with Billy Joel? All the good stuff. But you can't go wrong with the R&B, funk, and the rock from the 70s.
Yeah.
You can't touch those guys. You
No,
can't
you
touch
can't.
the Choir.
Yeah.
You can't touch Kool and the Gang. You can't touch the Stones, AC/DC. I love the Ramones, but I don't get to play them.
I'm giant Ramones fan. Giant. It was just Tommy Ramone's birthday a couple days ago. And look, Marky is out there. Marky's out there with Joey Ramone's kid, and I'm telling you, Joey Ramone's brother, and they're good. They're good.
Can I tell you a sad Ramones story real quick?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So this bugs me all my life. And you know Tommy Burke, right?
Sure. Drummer and Dream Police, the best.
Him and his brother Joe. I mean, I talk to his brother Joe all the time, but we're big Ramones fan. Tommy's a Ramones fan too. Yeah. Tommy saw the Ramones at Beginnings in Schaumburg.
Okay.
Paid like $4 to see the Ramones. Anyway,
how about it?
I was at a new music seminar in New York City, early 80s, and Joey Ramone was walking around. You know, he's 11 feet tall. You can't.
Yeah, big guy.
So he looks like a skinny Howard Stern. So
yeah, right.
He's walking around the Marriott, and I walk up to him. I said, Joey, you know, I'm a DJ. I'm into dance music and all that stuff, house music. I go, but I'm a big Ramones fan. And he goes, yo, you coming to the show tonight? We're playing CBGBs. We're doing a reunion. And I go, I can't. I'm going to see Blondie at the Cat Club. And he goes, well, if you can make it, come by. So now Blondie's another band I love. So sure. I'm teeter-tottering. Should I blow off Blondie and see the Ramones? What am I going to do? I wind up going to Blondie because Deborah Harry was working on a record that I was remixing. So I go see the Blondie. Great show, great person, beautiful girl, Blondie. Deborah Harry's awesome. So, but I missed the Ramones. I could have saw them.
You know what? And I've seen the Ramones 4 times. I love them. And, of course, all the drummers they've been through and everything they've been. I mean, just fantastic. Talk about another drummer, Clem Burke. Clem Burke, one of the best.
Nobody could sit in.
Well, we're talking about music. I mean, the Ramones, fantastic band. I just love what you do on this stuff here. And there, you just mentioned when you're talking now, first of all, congratulations for you got the Latin Living Legend Award in 2005. That's got to be a very cool, very humbling thing to have that when your own people accept you. That's pretty cool. So congratulations on that end. Now, Sammy Hagar, Leopard, Bon Jovi, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You're playing these places before they come on. So obviously you can't play their music, correct?
Never. No, that would be, you'd be done.
Correct.
Boy, I have to thank my friend Dave Ambrosio from Perpetual Motion and Design. He's one of the founding members of Upstage Lighting. I'm sure you know that company.
Sure, good guy.
So he started his own company and he produces these shows with these bands. And they brought me on and said, listen, dude, you're going to have to adapt to 20,000 people, city to city to city. You're going to have to figure out a sweet spot of music. Plus I play video, right? So I'm all video.
Yeah.
And I remix my own videos. I sent you a couple samples of what I do. But so you're going to have to dummy it down a little bit and go another direction because nobody knows who you are in these cities. So you're going to make them love you. All right. How you going to do that? And every night better be something different. You better turn it up every night. So you have to, I can't go wrong with those early 70s and 80s songs though.
No, you can't.
That's a sweet spot. James Brown, you know, like I said, Earth, Wind & Fire, all these other groups, Barry White, whatever. The same thing that you do on your show. So, but when they see the videos and they see me mixing it up and remixing these songs with a little bit of the new stuff, a little bit of the old stuff, and combining them both, then you got a guy like Sammy Hagar that comes up to you and goes, man, that stuff rocks. I love it. You got to play my club in Cabo. You got to come to Mexico. You know, and I'm like, okay, all right.
Okay.
I've got a funny Bon Jovi story to tell you. We all grew up. How do you not like Bon Jovi?
Sure.
So I hear so many bad things about him, just like every other artist I work with. You know, you hear things until you sit and look in that person's eyes and talk to them. Then you get a whole nother perspective of it. First of all, everybody's coming after you. Everybody wants something from you.
Yeah.
There's a guy that's going through that right now, Sebastian Maniscalco.
Yeah.
Everybody's coming after him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I went to school with him. Oh, he's my neighbor. Oh, he's this. Give me free tickets.
And the Italians are the worst. The Italians are the worst. The worst.
But Mo, you know how it is when you do your show. Hey, we're coming to see you. I'm bringing a table of 12. Can you get me in for free? We're coming to see. Hey, dude, slow the fuck down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
imagine being him or one of those guys like a Bon Jovi. You got everyone coming after you.
Correct.
So long story short, or short story long, there's rules. You don't talk to the artist. You sign a non-disclosure about that big.
Yeah.
You can't post anything on Facebook or social media until the tour is done.
Right.
Because God forbid if something happens, they're going to say, they're not going to come after you. They're going to go after them. You pick up some groupie, you take her back to the hotel, and let's just say you're having dinner. You didn't do anything else. She trips and falls and breaks her ankle in the parking lot. They're going to sue Billy Joel.
Yeah.
They're not suing you because the guy from Billy Joel took her out, right? So here's my Bon Jovi story. I'm wearing a T-shirt that says "Corn Pop was a bad dude."
Yeah.
Oh, there's a baby dog.
Sorry, my dog's got
No,
someone.
I love it.
Yeah,
They don't like Bon Jovi either.
yeah,
Dogs don't.
yeah, good.
No, I'm just joking. So I'm wearing a shirt that says "Corn Pop was a bad dude." Now you know who Corn Pop was, right?
Sure.
But that's a Joe Biden story.
Yeah, absolutely.
So just to let everybody know, Joe Biden, when he was running for office, he told this story in front of a bunch of 10-year-old kids at a swimming pool. Hey, I used to be a lifeguard here. And when I was a lifeguard, I had to kick a guy out who was a mean son of a bitch. You can go right to YouTube and look this up. And his name was Corn Pop. You guys remember Corn Pop? And the kids were like, what's this, in like 1930? We're 10 years old. We don't know who Corn Pop is. So I got a shirt that says Corn Pop was a bad dude. I thought it was a funny shirt.
Yeah, it's funny.
I'm wearing it. And every once in a while, backstage, again, you can't talk to the artists. You can't talk to people. They're not your friends. You're there to work. Do your gig. Go back to the hotel. Wait, get on the plane, go to the next gig. All right? So I'm standing backstage. John Bon Jovi's walking backstage. He's in a bad mood. You know, I don't know. He's upset that his throat was bothering him.
Yes,
because
you get that right.
All right? So he walks up and he looks at me and he goes, come here. I'm like, oh, shit. Yeah? And he goes, explain, and points to me at my finger, my shirt. And I said, I told him the story of Joe Biden running for office. Now, you know, Bon Jovi's a big Biden guy.
Big guy.
I don't want to offend anybody. I go, one more.
No, but you tell him the truth.
I told him the truth. I said, when Mr. Biden was running for office, he told this story, and he said the story about Corn Pop. So I thought it was funny, and I worked. You know what he told me? He goes, I don't know if I believe that. And I said, okay, let me show you on YouTube him saying the story. He watches the video. It's a minute long. Just punch in Joe Biden Corn Pop. He watches the video and he goes, all right. And he walked away. That was my conversation of being on tour with Bon Jovi. Wait.
And he didn't want to believe it. He didn't want to believe it.
So now he cuts his show a half hour because he's not feeling good.
Right.
He walks off stage without playing Living on a Prayer. No, without playing with the other one.
You Give Love a Bad Name.
Love a Bad Name.
Yeah.
He's not feeling good. Okay? He's a star. The people are screaming. He walks off the stage. He's done. And I'm like, wait a minute. What do you mean he's done? He's got a half hour left of his show. As he's walking off the stage, he goes, tell Corn Pop to take over. Me. What song am I going to start out with, Mo?
Love with a Bad Name, baby.
Oh,
You Give Love.
The people
were nuts. What? People were nuts.
Now, here's the thing. Is John Bon Jovi a Jagoff? Let me show you something. A month later, I get this in the mail. It says, Corn Pop kicked my ass, John Bon Jovi.
Well, you know what, Frankie? Frankie, you saved that night. People were pissed. You played the music. You helped that night.
Right. You can't have an ego. You got to admire. This dude's paying you, dude. Okay? Whatever his political beliefs are, back in the day, no one cared if you were Democrat, Republican, Christian, Jew, Protestant. You didn't vote. You voted. Hey, these are my brothers. Okay?
Nobody cared.
Business, as you know, I have so many people in this business that don't like my conservative views, but I don't shove it in your face. I take them out to dinner. We party. We drink.
Yeah.
We have a good
Yeah.
time. I don't
That's it.
care. I don't
They
bring
don't
it up.
care.
I don't see.
Yeah.
I don't yell at the people that come and see me that love those songs. I don't ask them what their political beliefs are. I don't care. Let's have
No,
fun.
right.
Let's get away from it all. Let's just have a
Yeah.
good time. And that's
Yeah.
how you adapt and overcome in this business and be able to do what I do. You got to leave your ego and your favorite stuff aside. They're coming there to have fun and a good time. Have fun and a good time. But I got to watch out on social media too, because I can't post anything bad, because people do background checks on me and they're looking for stuff like that.
Yeah, you know what? And look, I've already been through that thing. Instead of doing Love Train, I've done Trump Train before he was president. And of course, I got a lot of people that just didn't like it. But you know what? Hey, it's me. I gotta do what I believe. Right?
You can't lie.
You can't lie. Anyway, but you're right. And Frankie, unfortunately, we're past the hour, brother. And we got to get you back on real fast. What are you plugging? What's coming up for people to come and see Frankie Hollywood Rodriguez live? Where, when? How do they get a hold of you?
You can get a hold of me on social media, obviously. I'm doing a bunch of gigs at the Arcada. I have a couple gigs at Donnie G's. I have a couple gigs at by Gigi over there at Ari Live, my brother. I really don't have enough time to work a lot of clubs, because I have so much other stuff I do. I don't want to sound like an egotistical maniac.
No, you're not.
But I just want to work smart and not burn myself out. So I pick and choose where I want to work. I love Ron at the Arcada, because he's like
one of the best. I got to
give you this when I see you, because I worked with the Stones for a while.
Yeah.
I have a tour shirt.
Nice, cool.
That I never wore, so I got to give you this one.
You gotta love Keith Richards, man. Keith Richards, my idol. Thank you for
large. I'm a fat fuck. I don't fit in it. But
listen, one of your friends is watching. Jason Kranz, my claim to fame. Frankie nicknamed me Boris Karloff when I was an Internet B96. He was highlighting shirt Internet. Very cool.
Well, real quick, I want to say hi to my beautiful girlfriend, who I just got engaged, by the way.
Hey. Congratulations. Now, Frankie, if you need any tips, I'm on wife number 4. So if you need any tips,
Well, you can find out. We'll talk about it another day. But I was married before for one day.
Okay.
I walked out of the church right after the ceremony and never came back.
So that's going to start. We're going to get Frankie on again. We're going to be the co-host. We're going to do a co-host show where you have, and we're just going to talk the whole hour. It'll be fun. Guys, it's time for us to go. But before we go, remember, tonight we'll be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse, 8 o'clock. Tomorrow, Gusto's in Glenview. Birthdays for February 6th. Woody from Toy Story is 31 years old. Ron Romero from the Illinois Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Joliet celebrating a birthday. Former President Ronald Reagan. Bob Marley, the great Babe Ruth, one of the greatest Yankees of all time. Rick Ashley, never going to give you up, 59 years old. Axl Rose, 63 years old. You got to love it. For Laura Linney, great actress, 62 years old. Christopher Guest, Spinal Tap, 78. Tim Meadows from Saturday Night Live. Peter Pan is 73 years old. Duff McKeon from Guns N' Roses. Bobby Brown, Hal Bain, one of the studio drummers and Magic Dick, harmonica player from Jay Giles, celebrating a birthday. Guys, it's time. And you're smoking, buddy. I love it. I wish I was there with you, smoking one with you. Guys, it's business real fast. Again, our friends, Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local on all supplies you need on your next paint project. Buy one, get one, 50% off Clark and Kenton or Royal Paint. Select paint Ace kits, including tray, brush, roller. Select Frog Painter's Tape. See the in-store coupon, 25% off any roller item under $50 or $12.50 off any item over $50. That's our friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. First of all, thank you, Frankie Hollywood Rodriguez. Make sure you check them out, support them, and support all local entertainment. Buy local, shop local, support local establishments, support live entertainment. Be kind to everybody, folks. And if you're offended with this show or any other show, change the channel. But remember, just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. Remember that too, folks. Be kind to one another. And John Lennon says, Ringo says, peace and love. We need it more than ever. Frankie, have a great weekend, guys. We'll be back Monday, same time, same station. Have a great one, folks. Nick Sahajas, the piano man, is going to take us out. Bye-bye, everybody. Peace.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Peace and love, everybody. Thank you, Frankie.